This is Dirk with Prestozon. I'm here to talk to you today about the one-click campaign setup. You can go into the one-click campaign setup in the campaign manager, and it's going to bring you to this screen right here, the setup campaign structure. I'm going to start off by putting in a product group name. So maybe we're looking at Magician's Hat products. I can add different naming options. So if I wanted a slightly different naming convention, right now we're using the default of SP for sponsored product, and then there's the auto, the research, and the performance campaign. But maybe I wanted this to be broad, and maybe I wanted the performance to be exact to represent the keyword match types. I can do that as well. I can then add in my SKUs, and as I add these in, you can look to the right and you can actually see the preview showing what we're going to be creating. So as I add a test SKU here, you can see that it's going to create one product ad. Note that it says SKUs to advertise here because this is a Seller Central account. If you're working in Vendor Central, then it will ask for ASINs. So just make sure that you're keeping an eye on which you're supposed to be entering in and which one you do. As you can see here, as I add another one, it now says 2 product ads. You're going to see the same sort of preview as I add seed keywords. So for Magician's Hat, maybe I say black hat, maybe I say top hat. As I do that in the research, you can see that broad keywords are going to be created, negative exact keywords are going to be created. Likewise, when I do this in the performance campaign keywords, you're going to see for Magician's Hat and maybe magic hat, you can now see that there are 2 keywords exact in the exact campaign, and so on and so forth. You can also change your budgets, so auto budget, research budget, performance budget, set your ACoS targets, which is really important for our bid automation, your default bids. You can also decide what you want to automate as a default. And then there's even some more advanced options like adding negative keywords. If you know that there are some search terms that haven't been good for you in the past, you can negate them right off the bat. You can change the match type for your research campaign from broad to phrase. We're a broad camp, but some people swear by phrase, so have at it. And there's a couple other options in there. Beyond that, there's also some special campaigns that you can create. So this can be done in conjunction with the creation of these SP campaigns. You can make, we call them special because there's a couple things you can do with it. You can target your brand, you can target your competitor brands, you can make specific campaigns for an ASIN that has maybe some unique qualifiers on it. There's a lot of really cool things you can do. And the basic structure is, if I type in here our brand name, what's going to happen is in the non-branded, the standard SP campaigns, it is going to create a negative phrase for whatever brand names that I put in here. So if I put Prestozon 3, it creates a negative phrase in all the non-branded, and then it creates these broad matches in the branded side of things. And so what that's going to do is it's basically going to create these parallel structures. One is for your non-branded, and then one is for your branded. In addition to creating the actual campaigns, it's also going to be creating an additional rule so that your branded keywords also have a promotion rule going from a branded research campaign to a branded performance campaign. You've got your other options, setting your ACoS targets, your budgets, what you want to automate. And so you have all those options here. In addition to that, there's also the ability to make sponsored brands campaigns when you're creating these sponsored products and or these special campaigns. So that's also an option for you. This is a test account, and so I don't have any brands available to show you that, but you can go through those steps as well. Keep in mind that both the special and the sponsored brand campaign creation is only available in conjunction with creating sponsored products campaigns. So it's not something that you can do individually, but you can do it when you're doing all of this all at once. And so that is right there, the Prestozon one-click setup.